We're commandeering the Adams College radio station in the name of nerd freedom.
There's no greater friend of the nerd than the American DJ.
Gathered together from the cosmic reaches of the universe, here in this great hall of justice, are the most powerful forces of good ever assembled. Daria!
Yeah, I don't think this is real.
Not true.
Why don't you read the whole thing before you do the story?
Mitch! That's just so stupid. If I read it in my head, and then when I say it out loud, it's entirely different.
By Mitch saying it's stupid, I have nothing to say.
I
Dedicated to truth, justice, and peace for all mankind.
Daria, Mitch, and Ted. The Afternoon Buzz.
Here we go on a Tuesday. Hi, guys.
Hello. So I have a cop question.
Oh, good.
Oh.
First of all,
Well, it's a good thing we have one
It
here.
sure is.
Midge does think he's a bit of a cop.
Well,
He has, you do. You sort of consider yourself like a half cop.
I think I like to, if something goes down, I'm the guy you want there if there's not an actual member of law
What are
enforcement.
you talking about?
If something goes down, I'm the one you want.
Why?
I'm trained. I'll snap in action. I'm trained for almost any scenario.
May I take you back to last Halloween when your cop-like reflexes reacted to the Halloween decoration that Derek put in the living room?
Yes.
What was your police-like response to the intruder?
It was to be quite shocked and to scream a little bit like a girl to scare the intruder.
Yeah.
That happened just
Is that
like
is that,
cops
do.
is that why
Dummy.
he screamed? Usually, when you'll find this out if you go to cop school, a lot of people don't. But you get into class and they're like, okay, so you see the intruder, what do you do? And then they have you do drills where all the would-be cops go, ah! and fall to the ground.
If I'd had my sidearm and my badge and my bulletproof vest would have been one thing. I was in my tidy whities.
Yeah, you would have shot a dummy.
You would have shot a dummy.
You're a bit vulnerable
on
in your
Halloween.
your tidy whities. Well, he wouldn't do it again, would he?
I thought you never walked around the house in your underwear.
I do, and I let the dogs out. Yep.
so to
God,
speak.
Your most vulnerable moment. You were there at your most vulnerable.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You
it was
don't even
awful.
you don't like to be
No.
in your underwear. It's it's almost like being naked, which you would never do.
Never, ever.
Well, there's a lot of myths about police officers that we get through movies and television, like things that are repeated over and over and over again in sort of mythological police world that aren't real.
Okay.
And I think one of those, and I'm not sure. That's why I'm asking fake cop in the room. Sure. The whole gambit that you have to, that if I ask you if you're a police officer, you have to tell me.
No.
That's not true.
That's absolutely not true.
Is it?
It would
You
never
see
be any
that-
vice work ever done again.
You see that again and again.
Right.
I think it was even in Sopranos. Like if you say, if you're a police officer, you have to tell me now. And they're like, well, you got me. It's the loophole.
Right.
Darn it!
Yes, go ahead and kill me. I've been undercover for 6 months.
But listen to how crappy this is.
Right.
I just kind of feel like there are crimes that go on that deserve investigation and certain people that should be off the streets for the safety of all. I understand that prostitution in most areas is still illegal. But come on, cop!
know.
Do you know this story?
No.
Okay, so listen to how I am 100% on the side of the hooker.
All right.
21-year-old Christina Ferrara, not the famous one, was working a corner in Daytona Beach, okay?
Okay.
Just freaking doing her
Mind your own
thing.
business. Girl's got to eat.
Listen, it's not like she's like breaking into people's houses and demanding they have sex with her.
If you don't want to do it, don't do it with her.
Okay, so a guy pulled up. He said, hey, what are you doing? They're getting the thing. So Christina got in his car. She immediately asked if he was a cop, but the idea that cops have to answer that question is just a myth.
Right.
And it sounds like Christina may have suspected that. So she took it a step further and said, prove you're not a cop by grabbing my boob.
There you go. No money has changed hands yet.
No. Grab my boob.
Yeah.
This was it. And so the guy said, I don't want to do that. There's lots of other people around who might see. So then she was like, this is weird. And she tried to get out of the car. And he slapped the cuffs on her.
No.
And he says, well, I am a cop, and telling me to grab your boob is offering a lewd act in a public place. It's a crime. And she was arrested on the spot.
No.
But that's not the way that it was. The way that it was presented was not that. She said, if you prove you're not a cop by doing this. She didn't say she didn't say if you want to, you can grab my boob. She said if you want to prove that you're not a cop.
Yeah.
Saul Goodman, everybody.
Yes. Lawyer.
I'm on her side. I'm not getting into this racket. There's money to be made.
I'm picturing in the courtroom going, "Hey, nay, Your Honor." You see, she didn't suggestively say, and then I would like you to like kind of get in
all
the
about
role.
intent.
Yeah, and be like, "Do you want to grab my boob, big boy?" No, that never happened. I rest my case.
Yes.
1051 The Buzz. Buzz from Hollywood.
Alicia Keys believes in aliens. In an interview with BuzzFeed.com, she said they are also living with us here on Earth.
Oh. Well,
quote,
I often believe we have one in the room.
I've met some... I don't think Mitch is an alien.
No.
Thank you.
Makes
Hold
a lot
on,
of
I
sense.
really need to think about it for a minute.
You know, we've thought robot. We've never really considered alien.
He's not
Wish I were
robot.
an
Because
alien.
if he were a robot, he wouldn't constantly bleed from the arms from all the times he injures himself during cooking accidents.
Or would
Or-
he do that to just show us that he would? Because it could be living tissue over endoskeleton.
That's true. It is
Very
like
good
always
robot.
sort of in the same place.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I never see a good gaping
And
head wound.
it doesn't, he never comes in going, oh, it hurts. He's always like, oh, look
Hey,
what
look at this.
happened.
Yeah.
There's no pain there. you
Let's go
see.
with alien. I like alien better.
Should I cut him now?
Alien robot?
Cut me.
Yeah, he could be a robot from space.
Sure.
I
As
don't-
many robots are.
I don't know that we have the robot technology on Earth to make a Mitch.
No.
Anyway, we know he's not going to tell us.
No.
I don't think he has.
Maybe
what do you
I don't
call
know.
it? You know, I don't think you have self-awareness.
Yeah, that seems about right.
No matter what you are, I don't think you
And
have
all the,
self-awareness.
weird, all the weird logic glitches make sense. Like
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Just like a fault in the program. He's just a Mach 1.
I'm beta.
Quote, I've met some serious aliens in my life. I'm sure you've seen a UFO. Haven't we all seen something flying in the sky and at some random time of night that doesn't make sense? Well, I mean, that, Alicia, that
It's satellites,
no,
planes,
no planes fly at this time.
helicopters.
And it's not in the shape of a plane.
Oh.
When asked, I really like the some random time of night that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
What time is
the
that?
time of night where things aren't in the sky.
When asked if she would let them take her into space, assuming that was something that they wanted to do, Alicia was unsure. She said, I don't know. I'd have to feel the alien's vibe. I'm a vibe person. If it was an alien like E.T., I may go. If it was one of those crazy nutso dudes my brother watches, he always wants me to watch these aliens movies with him, and I'm like, no, I wouldn't go with that one. So I'm guessing like the alien from Aliens, she wouldn't go with.
I don't think you have any choice.
Like the yeah, exactly.
But E.T.,
those
you don't get to vote.
The horrifying aliens wouldn't be like, Alicia Keys, would you care to, at an unusual time of night, go into our spaceship and go off to
I
Enchibald?
choose not to.
But I'm kind of a vibe person.
All right, then.
And I'm not getting the greatest vibe.
And then
So,
they would eat out her
on
brain
your
through her
way.
ear. Would you?
Absolutely.
No matter what kind of form the alien took.
I would hope that they would take me away for like 2 years. Alien time would only be like a couple seconds,
Yeah,
and
but
Earth time,
that'd
so I
be
wouldn't
handy.
miss my dogs and Derek and whatnot.
Yes, but you don't get to determine that.
That's what I'm hoping.
I mean,
but
you could set some perimeters.
as much as I love my family, my dogs, I would have to do it.
You'd say,
yes.
tell me about how time works. Is it the kind of thing where no time
Can we-
passes on our
And
planet?
then they respond
Can we
with,
adjust? I'm going. I'm still going.
Yeah?
I think I would love it.
I don't think they would ever bring you back. I really don't.
I think it was
well, they
almost.
want to keep you.
Yeah, I think it's. I still think like Richard Dreyfuss walked right up that ramp. I think
But
I would
imagine if that's how they learned about humans.
They'll never come back to bother us, will they?
No, the invasion would have been avoided.
You're welcome.
Thanks to Mitch, there is nothing here for us. R. Kelly. R. Kelly's one of those where if you had a friend who was just average in all ways, and they came to you and they said, I think I'm going to become a hugely successful R&B star. And you'd say,
Oh,
are you really? And then they'd be like, well, look at R. Kelly. And you go, yeah, you have a point.
Yeah, sure.
I guess you totally could. He's released another graphic sexually charged song.
Ugh.
This one involves Oreos. The lyrics include this gem. It's, by the way, it's a metaphor.
Oh.
All right. I love to lick the middle like an Oreo. Turn it up. I want to bite it and get inside it till I get you gone. He also sings, quote, cookie, cookie, cookie. I'm sorry. Cookie, cookie, cookie. I'm a cookie monster. Break your back, crack it open like a lobster.
Brilliant.
The song is called Cookie. because it resonated better than his initial title. Girl, do your thing and pee all over me in the shower. Girl, do your thing and pee all over me in the shower like we talked about. Here's what country music legend Kenny Rogers has to say about the state of today's country music.
All right.
He says, quote, sooner or later, can we have a little gambler or something? I mean, this is really, what other reason for this story do we have then? Lovely, thank you. Quote, sooner or later, country music has to decide whether it's an art form. Oh, and hold on.
Yeah,
I love it so much.
I'm sorry. I'm in my living room in 1978.
I'm at the community swimming pool, Tipton, Iowa.
I'm at Elitch Gardens, Denver, singing this song on stage.
Oh, God.
Out the window they called me the Gambler that summer.
You see,
No one called you the Gambler.
Some people call me the Gambler.
You see that, aliens? You see?
Son, I've made a life.
Cowboy hat and everything.
Reading people's faces.
Okay, how long before a boss comes running down the hall asking what the hell we're playing?
What's going on? Format change.
So if you don't mind my saying, I can see you're out of aces.
I remember listening to my friend's Chipmunk country album, and this song was prominently featured. God, whoever thought of the Chipmunks just struck gold.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's just
gosh.
take this and speed it up.
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
Did you ever, when you had the old LPs,
Slow it down?
No, speed it up so everything sounded like Chipmunks.
Yes, of course.
No, I would try and slow down the Chipmunks to see what they sounded like in real life.
If it's a business, welcome anybody that sells records. If it's an art form, get rid of everybody that doesn't sound like Hank Williams. It evolves in a big cycle. Right now, artists like Kelly Pickler and all these people are bringing young kids into country music. I think it's very healthy for the art form, but someday we'll come along with a person that has a Randy Travis kind of voice. They'll do a simple song and everyone will love it, and it's going to start all over again. Sadly, the same can never be said about the wax Kenny Rogers mask stretched over a skull frame that now takes the role of Kenny Rogers' face. That's the Buzz from Hollywood.
105.1 The Buzz. The Afternoon Buzz with Daria, Mitch, and Ted.
What's coming up in News of the Weird?
Daria, Ted, how would you like to be able to enjoy a delicious steak dinner anytime, anywhere without spending a dime?
Okay.
I'll tell you how. Plus, firefighters in London are pleading with the public to please, once and for all, for the love of all...
Stop setting all those fires!
All that is holy, please stop doing this. What is it?
Oh.
News of Weird's coming up right now. Guess who we're going to play? Alicia Keys. Alien Hunter. Alicia Keys.
105.1 The Buzz. Daria, Mitch, and Ted. With the bizarre, strange, the potentially untrue. The news of the weird.
Daria, Ted,
Yeah.
what do you do if you're low on cash?
Hold on.
All right, what's happening?
Okay. I wasn't ready.
Gotta have
I
your
was
paper so you
Facebooking.
can doodle.
I almost knocked over my damn tea.
We don't want that again.
I've got my eye makeup right here where my pen should be. All right, I'm ready.
Everybody ready? You ready, Ted?
Yeah.
What do you do if you're low on cash and it's still several days payday, but you want to enjoy a
Use
delicious...
credit cards.
When credit cards are maxed out, you want to enjoy a delicious steak dinner. What do you do?
You don't. You hunger for it. You hunger and you hunger.
Call promotions and say,
Do you have any
I
gift
never ask
certificates?
you for anything. Do you have trade? Is there any prize that no one's picked up?
Can I please have a prize? What are you going to do? You want steak dinner? You don't
That
have
is
any money.
honestly what I'm going to do.
How's it going to be possible? Well, it's as simple as reaching for your cell phone.
I'm getting a little panic just thinking about this reality because it does happen every couple months.
Happens to me quite often, too. Ted,
I live perpetually in this state.
you want meat. Can't afford meat. Well, now all you have to do, Ted.
What Ted does is some huge favor for someone that will entice them to take him out for a steak dinner. I'm right, aren't I? Like
I don't know anybody that would take me out
You
for
went
a
out
steak
to
dinner.
a lovely
went
dinner
out for
with
a steak
Jason.
dinner.
Jason Rouse took you out.
you out to a
ringside.
lovely
That was
steak
like
dinner.
2 years ago.
Exactly.
No,
That's the last time you did something
seems
nice.
like yesterday.
And I believe that was for my birthday.
Oh, well, you know.
Tomato.
Exactly. So, Ted, now you don't have to worry about that anymore. All you need to do is reach for your cell phone, download an app called Hane Yakaniku, which is Japanese for nose grilled meats. It's from the Japanese company Senti. We've talked about them before. When you order this app, you're sent in the mail a small white device.
It sounds kind of like what opens the Necronomicon.
You plug it into your phone's jack. You then
Plug this in
choose
your
the
jack.
delicious aroma you would like to inhale from the menu. Would you like to smell beef short ribs?
Are you equating this to eating food?
A ribeye steak and buttered
Smelling
mashed
food?
potatoes?
Are you equating
All
that
this
to...
will do is make you want it more.
Yes.
No, they have a plan. Maybe a juicy hamburger on the grill. You pick it. Let's go with the ribeye steak and buttery mashed potatoes. Make that selection. You then prepare a very inexpensive bowl of white rice. Simply close your eyes.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, the dumbest thing you've ever said.
That's not true. You would close your eyes and inhale as you eat, and it'll trick your body into thinking you're eating.
It doesn't trick anything.
Exactly what you smell.
Or why not this for free?
Yeah.
Go down to Morton's downtown, stand outside, have a piece of white bread, and then every time somebody opens the door and the lovely smell comes rushing out, start eating it.
Oh, it's just like I'm eating steak from my hands.
Oh, man, hand steak.
That's brilliant, Daria. If you want the app again, it's called Hana, H-A-N-I.
Don't keep saying it.
Yakiniku. Hana Yakiniku, nose grilled meats. Enjoy a steak
Get right on the nose grilled meats.
Brilliant and genius.
For mere pennies.
Stupid.
Right.
Do they have panty smell? Because I'm betting they do.
Or perhaps, if you'd rather, I will eat a tasty steak dinner and then I'll come by your house and fart near your face.
That is so sweet.
You're welcome.
It's not that sweet.
Yeah, trust me, I smelled. All right, so this one's serious. Firefighters in London have begun a public service campaign to help stop one type of emergency call that has increased dramatically the last 3 years. They're calling it the 50 Shades of Grey
Stuck in
effect.
handcuffs.
Stuck in stuff. Yep, it's particularly involves men, and what these emergency calls are tying up valuable resources.
People figure it out.
They're getting really tired of coming to the rescue of fellas who get their private parts stuck in various objects and places. Most recently, a call involved a poor Englishman that had his little governor stuck in his toaster.
That never happened. No. Pretty sure.
Are you sure?
If it did, I want to see it in the movie.
How does that even? How does that?
Why would you know such a thing?
Well, no. How does it work to get it stuck in a toaster? Do you know how a toaster works?
Are you saying that what goes in must come out?
Yeah. Well, it's spring.
No, I mean
action.
I mean, clearly there's a place to put it,
right?
But I don't see how it's.
How it could get stuck? Well, maybe it went in one form, and then
it's the element of danger, Ted.
Yes,
of all the things in your house, though.
It's not, unless he's got like one with like hooks on it.
Maybe they're different in England.
Exactly,
Maybe the toasters in England have hooks on them.
Don't put.
No, I was talking about his junk.
That's what I thought. Yeah, they're saying please don't put your sensitive private parts places where it doesn't belong. Diverts precious resources. In the last 3 years, fire brigades have been called out for 79 people stuck with their hands or other body parts in handcuffs.
If you stuck it in one form and then it took another, and then you were calling the police, I would think it would go back to the original form pretty quick.
Sometimes it's stubborn though, Ted. Sometimes it does the exact opposite of what you want it to do. There's very little control. Yeah, very little control.
Like with a dog?
Like when
you have to pour cold water on it?
Okay.
You have to use reverse psychology a lot of the time. Fine, stay that way. I hope you stay that way all day. I like it like that. 9 calls for people with rings stuck in their privates.
No, I have a question.
Okay, please.
What do you do if it won't go away? Like if it happens
in high school,
yes,
or in college, there's think of your grandmother.
You figure out how to adjust your pants in a certain way,
hold
or
your
pull a
books a
shirt
certain
over
way.
it, or
I never noticed it happening with anybody.
Oh boy, I did.
No, you weren't looking.
No, because I have never been a crotch starer.
Yeah, I don't know
it just
that women
never really
are.
even occurs to me. I'm sure it happens.
Yeah.
Like what's happening to yours right now, for example?
It's just relaxing.
I'm just curious.
Everything's just relaxed.
It doesn't like kind of stir when it knows it's being talked about.
There's shifting that goes on. Yeah,
sure.
And sometimes for absolutely no reason.
A lot of times it's like when you see an ultrasound of a baby and it's all curled up inside.
Yeah.
It's just kind of that's generally how things are.
It's curled up like an ultrasound of a baby.
Well, not curled, just more just it's nuzzling.
Kind of like it's all just kind of.
But then sometimes if you see on the ultrasound, all of a sudden the baby jerks the knee out.
Yes, sure.
That happens. Yeah. That does happen. So that does happen. All right, lots more news and weird. It's coming up.
105.1 The Buzz. Daria, Mitch, and Ted. With the bizarre, strange, the potentially untrue. The news of the weird.
All right, Ted, a woman named Beatrice Yanker is 42.
Her name's Yanker. Your name is dumb.
Your mom's B. Yanker.
Yeah.
Yanker. B. Yanker.
B. Yanker.
I hardly knew her.
B. Yanker lives in the small town of Larkhall, Scotland, with her husband, and for the last 18 months, Beatrice's life has been anything but pleasant. Beatrice,
I'm not with those kids following around everywhere.
Yeah, your name's
or Miss Yanker.
She goes to the bank. Yes, what's your name? Beatrice. What last name?
Do I have to?
It's Yanker.
Beatrice is dealing with a very rare medical condition that makes it difficult for her to concentrate at work, go to the bank, Many of her leisure activities
That's us, lady.
are unpleasant. She can't,
your condition, Jaeger.
she can't go to the movies. She can't go out for a nice dinner. None of that is possible. Beatrice has a condition known by its Latin name as Ani Decentio.
Steven.
That's me.
Poor Beatrice has
Steven can throw his voice. And appear to be many people
it's
at once.
pretty good. It's called Ani Decentio or anal hiccups.
Oh, right.
She developed her anal hiccups
Oh, your anal hiccups, Jaeger.
after being on a fad diet she read about in a women's magazine. The diet involved eating and drinking large amounts of pomegranate juice and really not much else. Not healthy. Don't do stuff like that.
Pomegranate juice is supposed to clear out your
In
arteries.
addition to other things.
It's good for you.
Probably shouldn't eat just that. Drink
Very,
just that.
very excruciatingly high in antioxidants.
Yeah.
But if you drink it, you will be tricked into staying in Hades.
Really? All right. Her doctor thinks that's what causes this
Mythology, Jaeger.
spasmodic action in her anal region. It causes her to convulse in that area every minute or so.
Again, just Mitch's homepage, story of the day, tried to twist it to make it weird.
He's got a Google alert for spasmodic anus.
Cake farts led naturally to anal hiccups.
It happens around the clock, 24 hours a day. It's very disruptive for all of her regular activities.
So it's a
Constant farting?
It's more of
like
a
a
hiccup. It's a spasm. Spastic.
It's like a butt queef.
Right. When her anus hiccups causes a sensation all the way up to her body's diaphragm, she makes a short squeaking sound every time it happens. So
I don't think this is. No, I don't.
She can't go in all the time. She's trying to have dinner. She's trying to go to a movie. Nobody wants to sit next to her in a movie theater.
Are you saying that the noise is coming from her butt?
No noise coming from her mouth because the sensation goes all the way up into her diaphragm, right here in her abdomen region.
So she's got the hiccups.
So she has the hiccups, Mitch.
Hiccups of the anus.
Not if it's all coming out of her mouth.
Ani Decentio, she's tried massage, acupuncture, all sorts of drugs and herbal remedies. For now, she's having to learn how to live with
Everything
her butt
she
hiccups.
has been able to get her hands on goes in there to try to stop the anal hiccups, but
Nothing's working.
Nothing works.
Have you tried a cork, Jaeger?
It sort of crossed my mind.
That probably would work. That should news the weird.
105.1 The Buzz. The Afternoon Buzz. With Daria, Mitch, and Ted.
Tuesday, it's time for your medical moment, courtesy of Zoom Care. Jordy went to Zoom Care recently, and they kind of
she
saved
had
her life
some
again.
sort of sinus infection-y thing that I guess was turning into pneumonia.
Yikes.
And they got her all fixed up. And you know what? For all the fixed up, for the medication and the visit, $55.
Can't beat that.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy affordable. It's such just a relief knowing that they're there.
Yeah.
And it really changes the way you view going to the doctor.
Yeah, we did not have to worry about setting an appointment and do it. She just went there.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It was in and out.
Yeah, they're amazing. Especially as cold and flu season approaches. You can get a flu shot, obviously, there, by the way. It's just so incredibly reassuring to have an organization like Zoom Care and its many branches.
All over the place.
Just there and available and friendly and clean and quick and nice and great.
Yeah.
Okay, so my question for you today, 888-733-5105. Have you ever had a Halloween-related injury, whether it's a Halloween party, out trick-or-treating?
Oh, Mitch has to have several.
Maybe you were one of those people that often will win a costume contest. By the way, do you find it fair that if you dress up for Halloween and you have a really good costume and you go to a place that holds a costume contest and you win first place, to immediately leave and then go someplace else that has a costume
They should
contest?
stamp your hand or something.
I've never done
Put
that.
a big X on it like they vote in Iraq.
Have you
They only
done
do it
that?
once.
What was your costume?
I've absolutely done that. I'm not going to one
It's
place
not
on Halloween.
fair. You need to give-
Sorry if my Halloween costume is amazing.
Oh, it's not fair.
I can't help it. I walked into a bar one Halloween. I walked in the door. They were having their contest. They were announcing it. I walked in. They saw me and they gave me the prize.
The best
Oh, that
person
never
in the
happened.
world.
That's some movie
That
you watched.
did happen.
It's a movie you watched and you
No.
convinced yourself that it happened to you.
What was the
No, I was
costume?
dressed as Marv from Sin City. It was fantastic.
I remember
It was
that,
all
yeah.
painted gray, and I had the bright white bandages, little bandages all over my face.
Yeah, he
It was
basically
awesome.
made himself black and white.
Yeah.
But not just black and white, as a black and white character would look, so it was gray as well and all
pretty good.
And
shadowed.
I had
and you
little
got a face like
extra
Mickey
things
Rourke,
on my
so...
face. I put extra things on my face to make my face like the cartoon character.
Very
That's
nice.
awesome.
That's pretty good.
Good for you, Dad.
But I always wonder about the people, the one that springs to mind, I don't know if it's the same guy, but you seem to always see this person around Halloween, whoever he is, if he's more than one person. The Grim Reaper on stilts.
Oh, yeah. You know he's
It's
fallen off
amazing.
a couple times.
That's what I have to wonder. You can't, it's a great costume and you win lots of stuff and it looks really impressive.
It can't be comfortable.
It can't be fun
You got to go to the bathroom at some point. What are you going to do?
on your glass toilet while Mitch watches.
No, Grim Reaper.
I'm just always afraid when I see that character that at some point in the evening That's a long way to fall.
That is, especially when you're drinking. Yeah, not good.
Any character on big stilts, it looks really good, but you got to be really good at walking on stilts, and not many people are unless you're
In the dark.
in that one thing. So 888-733-5105. Did you maybe go to a Halloween party and have too much beverage? Mm-hmm. That can happen.
Oh, yeah.
Did you wear a so-called sexy costume and show way too much skin and have that skin abrased?
Maybe some frostbite.
Yeah, seriously.
Put on some mail order contacts.
Put on
look
some
cool.
clothes. It's not Hooer Day.
It's kind of turned into Hooer Day.
It's a little bit Hooer Day.
I
gotta
resent
tell
it.
you, I'm all right with it.
Yeah, I resent it being Hooer Day now that I am not in my 20s. Because when I was in my 20s, there weren't whores going around to bars just dressed. I'm dressed as like a bikini model. That's not Halloween.
That's not a costume.
Put some clothes on.
I don't care what. If you're gonna sexy it up,
Crying
that's
out
fine.
loud.
What bothers me is unoriginality. If you're like, oh, I'm a sexy bikini wearer, it doesn't work.
There are some clever ones though. Like
Yeah.
I saw, and it was a prefab costume, which is kind of whatever. But it was all the characters from Wizard of Oz as sexy.
Oh, I've
And
never seen that
Sexy
one.
Tin Man and Sexy Scarecrow.
I'm liking
that was
it.
kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Dorothy,
I
it's
can see
easy to
it.
sex up, but you had two sexy witches, and just if you get a gang of girlfriends and you're all sexed up versions of Wizard of Oz, that's fine with me.
Sure.
Yeah, but why not? If it's good, if it's a good costume, if it works, and
you are in fact
that's
sexy.
fine. I don't even think. I like when it's sexy something that's not sexy, and I also like someone who's not incredibly sexy wearing sexy.
Ooh,
I
boy.
think that's great.
Who are you to judge?
Blew my mind.
I'm absolutely the one to judge. I am the judge.
888-733-5105.
When you hear about people judging, that's me.
There's his gavel.
That's
There he goes.
That's a different gavel, and it's kind of hot.
Ted's got a small little gavel. Mine's a big, giant.
Let's hear your gavel.
Important gavel. Mine's a good one. I love my gavel.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah, I sure do.
Where is it? Just takes you a while.
My gavel, I got it in a special pouch.
I don't know. That just sounds like some books falling to the floor in the
I don't know,
library.
Ted.
That sounds like an actual gavel.
I win. Sorry, Ted.
I, however, don't require a gavel.
Yes.
888-733-5105. Have you ever injured yourself trick-or-treating, Halloween party, and other Halloween-related mishap? Give us a call. 888-733-5105.
105.1 The Buzz. The Afternoon Buzz with Daria, Mitch, and Ted.
What's your best Halloween costume of all time?
You know, I have not dressed up that much. My favorite part about Halloween has always been decorating the house and getting things ready for the trick-or-treaters and for Halloween parties and that kind of thing.
How many times have you been a vampire?
I was a vampire priest. You remember the erotic ball? I liked that costume quite a bit.
Oh my God, you're so freaking impressed by that
I liked it
costume.
a
You were
lot.
just a vampire with the little piece of white.
Vampire priest. It just looks like it's just very wrong. Priest wouldn't be a vampire. I just thought it was quite interesting.
Do you ever read?
I don't think, and that was like 4 years ago.
When I was
and
walking back
he
to my
never
car,
stops talking
I
about
was
it.
all by myself because Derek had left earlier. I was walking back to my car, and people were looking at me like, wow, that might really be
no,
a
they
vampire.
weren't. No, they
vampire
weren't.
priest.
No one.
Because
You
it-
saying this
because-
like we
because it was
didn't
such
see
an
that.
impressive. It was a Monsignor
No
costume.
one.
Had buttons all the way
No
down
one
to the
was
floor.
looking at you thinking that might
Had
be a
the
vampire.
cross, and my face was all ashen and bluish, and yeah, it was spooky to people. I had the real
Mitch.
vampire teeth.
You were slightly pale.
Right. So I didn't overdo it. That's what that.
Drunk. And that's why you were walking back
Right,
like,
right.
you know what, hit boy,
I might have been
take it.
drunk, sure.
This is the same. This is the same Mitch that's like, in high school, everyone thought I was incredible. I was the most incredible band drum major. That was a tyrant.
I didn't say incredible. I said
Everyone loved
respected.
me.
I used to write them out tickets for infractions in the
Demerits.
hallway, and that's a good way to earn respect among your high school classmates.
It's rough at first, admittedly, but eventually I learned to love you. But
Then
that
I put on fake teeth, and everyone thinks, uh-oh,
Vampire.
actual vampire.
Vampire priest.
We're going to have your calls coming up after this. The question is, have you ever been injured in a Halloween way? 888-733-5105.
105.1 The Buzz. The Afternoon Buzz with Daria, Mitch, and Ted.
And we're asking for your Halloween-related injury for today's Zoom Care Medical Moment. 888-733-5105.
I didn't get hurt. I was about 16, and I was tagging along with my sister. I was the shy little sister, scared little sister. They took me into a fun house and stuck me on the end, and I was so scared. I ended up breaking the guy's arm that was following and doing the touching thing.
So somebody was doing their job in a haunted house to frighten you,
try to enlighten and frighten
you
you.
broke their arm?
Oh, well, not on purpose, but yeah, I broke his arm.
Also, what was your name?
Kathy.
Kathy, I'm pretty sure that you said scared spelled Skeered.
Scared. Hi, it's a Buzz. Go ahead with your story.
Well, it's not really like quite an injury or anything, but it was like a couple days before Halloween, and we went to a Halloween party, my boyfriend and I, and he dressed up as the Joker, and he was like the green Joker and everything, and he's an artist, so he did his makeup and everything where it was just freaky. He looked identical to the Joker. He did the fake scars on the mouth and everything. He was perfect. Well, we ended up, after the party, they didn't really have a whole lot of food, so we went to go through the drive-thru at Wendy's, and the lady went to go turn to give us our order, and she wouldn't open the window. She almost called 911 because he freaked her out so bad. She wouldn't open the window.
She did realize it was Halloween.
Yeah, it just, I guess, freaked her out so bad that she almost dialed. She had the phone in her hand. She was going to call 911.
Well, I think we're going to give him best costume,
I think being denied your snacks counts as injury.
Yes.
Hey, Mike, tell us your story.
Yeah, this is the Grim Reaper on stilts that you guys were just talking about.
Are you a Grim Reaper on stilts?
How are you doing? My name's Diablo, actually.
Okay, oh boy. So I don't know that you're the only one, Mike. I have no doubts that you speak the truth, but I'm sure you've seen at some point around town, like, a competition.
Surely.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Did you build your costume yourself?
I did. It has a wildebeest for a head.
Ooh.
I think you won at the Portland Erotic Ball a couple years back.
That was probably me. Probably me.
Okay, you sound
you're awful confident.
You sound a bit underwhelmed by your own costume greatness. Have you ever fallen and hurt yourself badly? Is what we want to know, Mike.
You know, the worst idea I ever had, I went into a porta potty at an outdoor costume contest.
Oh, no.
The thing you don't realize about porta potties at night is there's serious condensation that builds up on the roof of these porta potties.
Oh, God.
So, unfortunately, I made contact with the condensation and got a bit of a golden shower.
On the wildebeest head?
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly.
Well, I mean, I guess it kind of adds to the authenticity of the horrible, diabolic costume. How do you? So, are you someone that could obviously walk on stilts already?
You know, I got to say, those are cheaters. Those are drywall stilts. They strap to your shoes.
Ah, brilliant.
Do you find it hard to drink and socialize and converse and so on when you're in this costume?
Yeah, it's pretty much just a wave high, and occasionally you can steal a sip of a drink.
But you know what? It is still worth it though when you have those big extravagant costumes, just for the moment the first time people see you.
Yeah.
Then that's it.
But
you can go home after a half hour. Yeah.
Mike, how much money do you pull back on a given Halloween?
Oh boy, it varies a lot based on location and state, but right around $500, I think.
So wait, do you travel state to state?
Yeah, I've been up and down California and in Washington, and I've had the costume.
You're a professional Grim Reaper.
Hold on, Diablo. Are you the actual Grim Reaper?
105.1 The Buzz. The Afternoon Buzz with Daria, Mitch, and Ted.
Ted, stop it. We're talking about Cher. Her Cher-ness.
Do we really have to play her new song? Is that...
No, we don't have to. We would choose to because her whole new album is fantastic.
Well, I'm sure that it is.
It's awesome. It's really... I think it's her best album yet. This is the...
Is that a hint of auto-tuning I detect?
What?
She is a fan of the auto-tune.
That's weird.
But Cher can sing. She doesn't need auto-tune. She doesn't.
She doesn't, but she sure has a lot of it.
She likes it. Fan of it. Yep. Her fans like it.
Is this the Woman's World song?
No, this is Dressed to Kill. This is
I see.
The title song from the CD and the tour.
I'm just saying that stuff from the new album doesn't necessarily get people as excited to see Cher in concert as something that everybody knows, Mike.
Wrong.
That can sing along with it. And
how can you say that's wrong?
Because this album...
It's true of literally every band.
No. By the time she comes to Portland in June, everybody will know this song as well as they know Believe.
I mean, drag queens will.
And I will.
But I don't know that really that you speak the truth when it comes to. I mean, you've been a DJ for 40 years.
I have not.
You ought to know
45.
how things work by now.
I know that people, when you're a legend like Cher, you want to hear a lot of the old stuff, and she will play a lot of her old
Let's
stuff.
say the New Kids on the Block reunited. Maybe they did. I don't know. And they came
Have a new
through,
album?
and you would play a well-known song by them and not something from the new album if you were giving tickets away.
Trust me, Cher fans have the new album. They know the song. They're the ones that are going to be excited about the concert. But just for you, how's that?
Well, yeah, but this is the one.
Well, this is one of them, one of many giant hits.
You don't have to get so defensive.
Well, you don't have to make fun of my Cher.
So you got this.
I'm not making fun of Cher. I'm saying that nobody on earth but you and 4 other gays has ever heard that song you just played.
Oh, you could not be more wrong.
No.
This album's been out for weeks now. Tons of Cher fans know the song.
Right. Who does?
Cher fans.
Thank you.
Who
That's
might want
just
these
what Daria
tickets?
said.
Who might want these tickets?
888-733-5105.
Is that what they're calling you now?
He seriously gets so uptight.
Friends
He's
of Dorothy, Cher fans.
He is so tightly wound when it comes to Cher.
Yes.
Like he'll tolerate us making fun of his
We're
mom
not
Nancy.
saying she's not good.
Every single day. In fact, he'll play along. But when we dare to suggest it's like, Cher's older than she used to be, he's like, she is not!
She will always look the same.
Cher ages backwards!
Differently than the rest of us.
Cher's going on tour, and she's going to be in town in June, and we have tickets before you can buy them. 888-733-5105. Let's go to the phone.
We have tickets all this week, in fact.
And here's
before
something,
you
know
buy-
what? This is something I like, because I went and saw Elton John when he came to town.
Yep.
And I got no problem telling you, because it was a couple years ago. That was a snooze fest. It was the most boring
Now
concert
you're just trying
ever.
to provoke
No, because
him.
one of those legendary people, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I never seen Elton John. I bet that'll be great. But it wasn't. But you know who's awesome? Cher.
Thank you,
Cher
Ted.
on stage, I bet, is entertaining as
it's
hell.
like Cirque du Soleil. It's crazy. Hi, it's the Buzz. Who's this?
Does she have male dancers?
Does she have male dancers? Oh my gosh, she has male dancers. Hi, what's your name?
I'm Rhonda.
Hi, Rhonda. You want to see Cher?
Did I win?
You did.
Yes, you did.
Yes, we won! Woo! Give me 5. Yes.
I hope there's someone else
Ready
there.
to see Cher.
She'll be in the Rose Quarter on June 30th, and you'll be right there too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Who are you taking with you, Rhonda?
Pardon?
Who are you taking with you?
My husband.
Hey.
Be honest, is that him in the car?
Yes, it is.
Is he genuinely excited? Put him on the line. Put him on the phone. Is he driving?
Here he is. Here he is. Hold on.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hello, Rhonda's husband.
Hello.
Name
Yeah.
name 3 Cher songs.
Oh, my God.
Oh, now come on.
You caught me off guard here.
Gypsies.
Tramp the Seas.
Very good.
Okay, pass the phone back over to Rhonda. I wanted to know what we were dealing with.
My heart is breaking.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
All right. Rhonda's excited.
Rhonda, congratulations. You and your husband will be going to see Cher when she comes in town. Tickets before you can buy them. Hold on, and we're going to get some more information from you, okay?
All right, Rhonda.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Hold on. Don't hang up.
And we have tickets all this week to give away, and I need to mention the ticket pre-sale is Thursday, October 10th. That's before they're available to the general public. But if you know this password, TRUTH, T-R-U-T-H, at rosequarter.com/promo, you can get your tickets before everybody else.
It is the truth that Cher's face looks a little bit like melted candle wax.
No! 1051 The Buzz. The Afternoon Buzz with Daria, Mitch, and Ted.
1051 The Buzz. Daria, Mitch, and Ted. Robin Thicke there.
Stupid criminal stories here.
Stupid criminal story here.
Back in August, 22-year-old Billy Joe Donnelly.
Billy Joe!
Of Hull, England. That's not...
Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
No, I wasn't either. So whatever you had pictured about Billy Joe, you change it.
Forget it.
He's fancy because he's from England. Well, he's not too fancy. He broke into a family's house and he stole a ton of stuff.
Oh, Billy Joe.
He also broke into the greenhouse attached to the house.
I'm betting that even though it took place here, that he's still from America.
No, it took place because of Billy Joe Donnelly?
Yeah, like it's this Joe Dirt on overseas.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe they have. Maybe there are British rednecks.
I think there probably
I'm sure
are.
There are.
This is one of them, I think,
Yeah.
except listen to the difference
But
between
Billy Joe.
there and here. While he was inside the greenhouse, he simply couldn't resist taking one bite of a fresh cucumber.
What's that you got there? Cucumber?
Tasty. I love it in a sandwich. Then he stole the family's car and drove off.
Terrible.
So the cops went to investigate the scene. They found the cucumber with the bite missing.
Uh-oh.
They tested it for DNA. Billy Joe's DNA was on file from 2 previous burglary convictions. It matched the DNA
Where
on the
he had eaten
cucumber.
other things.
I mean, if you had just eaten the whole cucumber,
or taken it with him.
That'd be a lesson to you.
You know what?
the cucumber.
Cucumber's like a banana. You
Would
just
be
take it on the road
thieves.
with you.
He only wanted one precious
Comes in its own
forbidden bite.
package.
Yeah, it was really. So I don't want to sound vain, but this would never happen in America.
No.
The criminal would be running free in the home of the brave.
Absolutely.
Our willingness and ability to avoid vegetables entirely is superior to all nations. Stupid criminal story.
Number 2.
Little bit of everything edition.
All right.
Late last month, a man named Mike Wolfersberger answered his door in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Mike is in his 60s. A 22-year-old named Roy Kincaid asked if he could use the phone.
Oh, don't let him in.
They let him in.
Oh,
they were
boy.
like, "Wait, Good Samaritan wanted." And so once in, he asked, "Can I sleep on your front porch for the night?"
No.
So Mike, as he was in the house, he realized something was off about Roy. He couldn't put his finger on it, but something. So he said, "Will you please leave?" And he left, and then Mike locked all the doors. So here's how Roy responded. He stripped naked. He held a box cutter to his own throat, walked around to the back, used a ladder to smash through a sliding glass door.
no.
By this time, Mike and his wife Shirley had gone to their bedroom, locked themselves in, and called the police. When the police showed up, so they didn't know what Roy was doing. They knew he was in and he was naked.
Yikes.
When the police showed up, they found Roy on the kitchen floor, naked, lying on his side, sucking his thumb, and eating from the cat food bowl.
Oh, gosh.
Well.
It's so sad.
Then he stood up and charged the cops, which you
Don't
you
do that
you
naked.
shouldn't
No,
do.
no,
Slap,
no,
slap,
no.
slap.
Flip flap.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
So they tased him. So he's been arrested multiple times for drugs in the past. It doesn't say if Roy was on something, but
Let's just go ahead and...
That's all bad.
You know what's weird to think about, though? Like, less than 10 years ago, this was Robert Downey Jr.
That's true. So, Roy, you keep on the path you're going, buddy, and you could be in the next Iron Man.
105.1 The Buzz. The Afternoon Buzz. With Daria, Mitch, and Ted.
Here's a question for you, Mitch.
All right, Daria.
But first, listen to this list, and then I'll ask you what's going to be the obvious question. And the answer cannot be bags of Frodo's dog hair.
Okay.
Can you please explain for the listeners that are new to the show what I mean by bags of Frodo's dog hair?
Frodo's my 11-year-old chow chow dog. Big, fluffy dog. They look like little lions, really. Big lions. Well, little lions. And he's incredibly fluffy. And since he was 8 weeks
They
old...
look nothing like lions.
And so they look a lot like lions. As we were brushing him, he takes a lot of grooming. We've been saving his dog hair.
Sure.
Fur.
Why wouldn't you?
And we have bags and bags and bags of it.
How often do you brush him?
7 times a week. Daily. He gets brushed daily.
Okay, so every day.
Every single day.
You
Yep.
take hair and
you
put it in a bag
And you
for
get-
11 years.
And you get about a Ziploc, gallon-size Ziploc bag full of hair when you brush him.
Each time.
Maybe a little less. Yeah, we've been saving that because we're going to have it spun into...
For
11 years.
Every day.
Maybe we've skipped a day or two.
For 11 years.
For 11 years. And we have bags, garbage-sized bags now of his hair. Because it takes a lot of hair to make yarn. We're going to have it spun.
Yes.
It's quite expensive. We're going to have it spun. And I'm going to have stuff made for each of you to wear.
No, that's right.
That's
An
fine.
Afghan for the house.
I'm good.
I'm going to
thought,
donate mine back to
like
you.
a toque
I want
for
you to
Ted.
have it. I want you to
Some
have
form.
it.
I thought some nice leggings for you, Daria. Got it all figured out.
That's what I want. Dog
hair
leggings. What is the weirdest thing you've seen at someone's house that they thought was completely normal?
All right.
I just found this today. If I had some time to think about it,
Yeah.
I'm sure I'd be able to think of something that. Oh, I know what it is. It was my my neighbor around the block. She was a wonderful girl, but her parents were insane. Her parents were totally insane. She was extremely cool, and I would go over to her house most often when her parents were not around because they were insane. She had, I don't remember if it was an older or younger sister, but the sister had died in infancy. But her bedroom stayed. And a doll replica of the sister lived in this room.
That's odd.
Like
a doll replica?
Oh.
Yes.
No!
And
Oh, my gosh.
to my friend Jennifer, this was like it had been her whole life, so it wasn't weird
what
to her.
They needed to do, yeah.
But she kind of knew. I mean, it was enough that she had to explain it to people, but she didn't seem creeped out by it. But listen to this. It was a doll that looked like it was from some horror show about where
of course it
as
did.
soon as you
I bet
looked
that
at that
scared the
doll,
heck
you were
out of
like,
you.
this is how it's going to end with this doll. And the mom would move the doll around.
Oh,
So sometimes the doll would be in large rocking chair.
Oh.
Sometimes the doll would be in crib.
Are you sure the mom was moving it?
Well, that was the thing.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's probably if that's not the weirdest thing I've seen at someone else's house, that's way up there.
we had the Christiansens. They were. Let me tell you.
Save it.
All right.
Okay, so here are the, but I do want to hear it.
Right.
Okay, so a doggy door, but no dog. It was to let raccoons come into the house and eat.
Ooh.
The whole family would casually spit into the carpeting.
Oh.
I guess this can be behavioral as well. Oh, I just thought of another one. Another neighbor in a previous town, she lived a couple blocks away, and they had this huge basement. But when you went down into the basement, it seemed small. Mm-hmm. So then you went through one door, and there was the majority of the basement. It was about the size of 2 large garages put together.
Right.
And it was full of nothing but romance novels.
Oh
Scattered not in any sort of order at all. It was as if
you read it and you throw it.
Yes, you read it, you throw it into the room and shut the door. There were there were probably hundreds of thousands.
Good
Like, it was the craziest thing I had ever seen book-wise.
I went to this one guy's house, a very good friend of mine, and downstairs in his house, they had this door that went into a room that was lined with plastic and had a lock from the inside, so you could lock someone in it.
Hold on, that's Mitch's
Oh,
house.
yeah, that's my new house.
That is Mitch, what was your thing?
Well, it's not that weird to anybody else, but to me it was really weird. It was the Christiansens lived next door to us. My best friend Timmy, and his mom was a nurse. I don't remember what his dad did.
Timmy Timlinson?
Christiansen. And our family is very different than their family.
He had a brother Chris, didn't he?
Probably so. And his mom, especially, his dad did it too, but his mom would come in and say, all right, what are you guys doing? Okay, that's fine. She'd walk out of the room. She'd come back. You guys want some Kool-Aid popsicles? I made some Kool-Aid popsicles. You want some? Okay, good. She was a farter, a walking farter.
Welcome to our house.
Yeah,
I just could not relate. It
Tuesday.
was the strangest thing I'd ever experienced.
Slippers made out of their...
I should have known that you would have the weirdest... The thing that's not that weird would be the weirdest thing in the world to you.
It really was, to this day.
Slippers made out of their dog's skin that had passed away.
No. That shouldn't... No.
That.
Yeah, that's weird to you, huh? That's weird to you, huh, dog hair? That's weird to you. That's gone too far, right? 11 years of daily dog hair?
Hair skin, I don't know.
A room called the Christmas Room. It was decorated year-round with a fake tree, unopened gifts, lights, and Christmas music playing.
They're in the holiday spirit all year round. I like that one a lot.
Normal?
Totally normal.
Jars with ticks. They'd picked up their dog.
No!
Jars with ticks. They'd picked up their dog in rubbing alcohol. Save the ticks for a specimen to look at. I told you that when I was little, I saved my chicken pox scab.
I forgot about that.
That's just awful. No.
It was fascinating to me. And finally, a bathroom garbage can filled with used toilet paper. They didn't flush their toilet paper. They just threw it all in the garbage.
Oh, you don't go back in that house.
That's your worst nightmare, isn't it?
That's horrible.
My bedroom when I was in high school